Your husband's love has dwindled. It appears that he has become distant towards you. How will this come back? What has happened? Why is he walking away from you? He's wanting to spend time in other places, going with his friends, going off to work events, doing other hobbies. But his love is not there. He wants to remain busy with his work around the home or in other places. His love has evaporated, and you have become very upset. You're telling your family, your friends, co-workers, your pastor or preacher from your church, and other people because you're hurting and he's lost interest in loving you the way that he used to when you first got married. What needs to take place for this relationship to be what God has designed for two people to love one another, to cling to one another, to be equally yoked with one another? Well, the Bible is clear on how this love should be. In the book of 1 Corinthians, in chapter 7, verses 3 and 4, the husband should fulfill his marital duty. Now, this is God's word. This is not what we want to do or how we may feel about marriage. But it is a marital duty to his wife to love her. And likewise, the wife to her husband. The wife does not have authority over her own body. Now, someone may say, what is Paul referencing here? Why is he saying that a woman should not have authority over her own body? Because what God has joined, it is supposed to be one flesh. So when two people become one, you are one body. But yields it to her husband in the same way. The husband does not have authority over his own body, but yields it to his wife. That is two becoming one, unified, functioning as one. And this is what God has designed. Now, when a husband has lost his love, we can understand that a woman will feel that lost. Because the two are supposed to be one flesh. The two are supposed to love each other until death do they part, to be together in oneness. So we need to be walking with obedience in the Lord. In the book of 1 Kings in the Old Testament, in chapter 2, verse 3, walk in obedience to him and keep his decrees, his laws, his commands, his laws and regulations that is written in the law of Moses, and do this so you may prosper in all that you do and wherever you go. Following God's commands, his laws, his decrees, his ways, his truth, walking in obedience. See, when a marriage is not walking in obedience, these kinds of situations would take place. And when the husband lose or loses interest in his wife, his love being gone or reduced or non-existent, the wife is going to feel that. And on many occasions, they don't get a chance to reconcile that love, and marriages dissolve, and other relationships will be formed from that destruction of that marriage. So we need to be going to the Lord. And we need to understand that marriage is very important to God. And it must be very important to us when we get married and stay married and live properly in that marriage. In the book of Hebrews, in chapter 13, verse 4, marriage should be honored by all, not by some, but by everyone. And the marriage bed kept pure and righteous and holy in God's sight. For God will judge the adulterer and the sexual immoral. See, when a husband loses interest in his wife, his love gone, and she's longing for that love, and she's trying to reconnect her marriage. And on some of these occasions, the husband does not reciprocate, and the wife has to make a decision. How long will she deal with this matter? Can her husband come back to his senses and love his wife properly and righteously in God's eyes? Because God is watching. God knows that when a marriage is not loving, then things can happen. Other people can come into that relationship and destroy it with being sexual immoral and being an adulterer in that marriage. It is time right now, if you are a husband that has lost interest in your wife, for whatever those reasons are. Maybe your wife has gone through some health challenges, some other problems in her life with depression or anxiety or bodily changes with her weight or having children, and you have strayed from your marriage. You have strayed from your love. It's time right now to get your marriage back on the right track and to do what God is wanting every husband to do to fulfill his marital duty in this relationship. And if you are a wife and your husband has lost interest, his love has faded, and you're wondering, what are you going to do? You've tried to rekindle your marriage with dinner dates and going out to movies and spending time with one another, having the kids to go to different places so that you can spend time together, or taking a vacation. It is time to pray in your marriage. Share this lesson with others that may be in this situation or on the verge of going through something like this. Pray and ask the Lord to guide you, and don't give up in your marriage. Keep trying, keep going. Convey the words to your husband that they need to change. There's nothing good that comes away when we walk out of our marriage and we don't fulfill the marital duty that God is wanting us to do. It is impossible to please the Lord without faith. The time is right now to love the Lord, to glorify the Lord, and to live for the Lord with a marriage that is properly unified, to show the world the foundation of a godly marriage and being prepared for everlasting life.